kneels by the door of a crime scene, eyes like wet ink in the gloom. He tastes the lie in your breath. Here's a gold scratch at the frame, a silver iris in the dark, and he already knows your name. Every step is a warning, every shadow bends his way. Something old even closer, something hungry wants to stay. Silver eyes, show me silver iris. Know me, he cracks the veil wide open. Spirits fall when he goes. Silver iris, call me. Silver iris, draw me. If evil wants a reckoning and knows where he goes, he follows footprints in moon smoke, down to basements full of bread. Finds a child in a locked room with a demon in the chair. He swings once, then the silence cuts like glass through the air. Lights a charm with his thumbprint, and the whole place starts to clear. Every wound leaves a doorway, every whisper leaves a trace. He can hear the dead confessing in the walls of every place. Silver iris, show me silver iris. Go me, cracks the veil wide open. Spirits fall when he goes. Silver iris, call me. Silver iris, draw me. If evil wants a reckoning, it knows where he goes. When the fall crawls in low and the mirrors start to grin, he stands still like a verdict, letting daylight crawl back in. No badge, no glory, just a blade of steady bread. He takes the case from the darkness and he argues with death. Silver iris, show me silver iris. Know me, he cracks the veil wide open. Spirits fall when he goes. Silver iris, call me. Silver iris, draw me. If he
What is up, guys? What is up? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone has had a good week. How you guys doing? All right. Another chill stream. I'm gonna be reacting to some TikTok videos mainly. So that's what we'll be doing tonight. That's what we will be doing tonight. All right, let's just get started. Let's just get started. But before that, I thank you for all the support. If you enjoy the content, if you want to show a little bit of support, please subscribe, please like, please comment, please check out my other videos, please comment on my other videos. It's very much helpful. So yeah, that is it. Let's get started. All right. Before we do some TikTok videos, let's do one video that I wanted to check out. Right. It's a Let's check this video out. It's a video, a clip, kind of a clip, right? Well, whatever podcast does like a 9 hour, usually sometimes 6 to 9 hour stream. So this is basically a clip of one of their pods. So let's check this out.
Of it, but I'd love to have you weigh in here at least as a final thought on everything. The question was, what would you want the minimum yearly income to be for your future husband? Chair 2, Selena says 500,000 and up. Chair 3, 300,000 and up. Chair 5, 200,000 and up, but she said she prefers a billionaire. And
I mean, why not?
Why not?
and then Chair 7 in the red, 12 million a year as the bare minimum.
This is a thing with why not, right? This is the thing with women's standards. I get it, right? If I go out there and like I would love a supermodel. Yeah, why not? But it's the point where you know what? I would not say it. Why? Because it's unrealistic. Yeah. What man wouldn't love a top beautiful woman, right? Top beautiful, mad submissive, mad whatever. What person wouldn't want a perfect partner? Yeah. But it's the point is being realistic. So when you ask someone what do you want, right? What is your I don't know, standards or whatever. Hopefully you could be realistic. Right? Hopefully you're realistic. So because let's say if every man, you go up to every man, he's like, you know what, I want a supermodel. You will find that even if it's like, yeah, why not? Right? Why not shoot for the stars? But there become a point where you find that you're being delusional. Right? Yeah, you could want it, right? No one's saying that, no one's stopping you from wanting what you want because that is within your right. But it's just you give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. My mom called. So let's get back to it. What was I don't know what I was saying. It's just sometimes it's just that I find so many people, particularly women, having a hard time being realistic. Right? I mean, yes, I said shoot for the stars. That's great. But in most cases, it's better. You should be realistic. You should be realistic.
Three of the women, Andrew, three of the women who the 500K, 300,000, 12 mil, they're sex workers. So I guess your thoughts there.
Okay, well, do you mind if I ask just a couple of questions?
Sure,
So,
go ahead.
To the woman who wants a billionaire, well, I guess we'll just start over there with you. How old are you?
I'm 27.
27, okay. And are you a sex worker also?
No.
No, not a sex worker. Well, I mean, that's a plus, right? But you do realize that I think in the United States, there's only like 80 or 90 or 100 billionaires, period.
Well, honestly, like, I kind of just said a billionaire because I'm obsessed with Batman and he's a billionaire. And it's like, you know, like, why not? If you're going to ask for something, why not ask for the best? But like I said before, nobody has to
So you
be
want like an eccentric, weirdo lunatic that goes out at night and beats up mentally ill people?
If he's into justice and the same things, like I have very strong political opinions. I have a lot of opinions, and if he can get along with it and fight for justice the way I do, then I guess I can get along with him and we can make money together. But yeah, like, everyone wants a billionaire. It's not just me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if people can have fantasies of things that they want, even if they're totally unrealistic. I'm not saying they can't. But let me ask you a question. I think Brian was getting into this earlier. Maybe I can dive into it with you. What did you say you brought to the table?
What did I answer him? I told him it really depends. I can bring everything to the table, or I can bring nothing. I just reciprocate.
When you say everything, how about some specific things?
Well, like, if we're talking about a billionaire, let's say I really, really have set up my mind to marry a billionaire. For me, I feel like I have to go back to school, and I've always wanted to be a chemical.
What the hell does that have to do with it? You're dating a billionaire. What is it you having to go back to school do with you being able to get and keep a billionaire? This is the problem. This is the exact problem with so many modern day women. You think your education, your wealth, your bank account, your accomplishments mean anything. I'm sorry. I'm going to be insanely blunt with people, particularly with women. Okay. Now, your education, your how much you make, your accomplishments, it's a great talking point, right? It's great to talk about. But let's be honest. It don't matter. In the sense that it's not going to make you more attractive to a man. Okay. Your bank account, all this stuff is not going to make you more attractive to a man. Unless that's what he values, right? Unless he values your money. You got to think that if a man values your money, you think he's going to go 50-50 on you on a date? Or you think he's going to provide for you? What do you think? What would a man that values your money, what would you think he wants? Okay. I'm telling you, right? The man that values your money is that at best, they hope that you don't freeload off of them. That's at best, right? They hope that you're not a gold digger. If you have your own, great. Okay. They will hope that you're not a gold digger. But let's be honest. These women just said they want millionaires to billionaires. So this is the issue. Women aren't dating average men, right? Women aren't dating average men, or they don't desire to date average men. Bando, what is up? They're not dating average men, or they don't desire to date average men. So because of that, guess why more men that these women are dating, they don't give a shit. They don't care about your education. They don't care about your money, because honestly, they're not going after you for that. You are going after them for that.
Engineer, so maybe I can get a degree in something like that, work in petroleum, and maybe that way I can meet my billionaire. So it's not really impossible to reach that goal. It's just that
That's not even what he asked, right? How do you reach the goal? How do you get or keep, what do you bring to the table? And to be honest, it's like you think that because you work in, let's say, an oil field, you think you attract the billionaire there? You think the billionaire is walking around workers and stuff? You're ridiculous.
You've met him already, right? What are you bringing to the table, though, for a billionaire?
Well, if I have my degree and I have my money, like, what does he want? What does he want?
Well, that's
I'm
the
not
opposite
doing.
of-
So I'm not bringing
That's
that
the
to the table.
Well, that's the opposite of the question, though. So,
Because I really don't know how to answer this question. Every girl answers the question almost the same way, talking about stability, because that's what we offer. Loyalty, that's what we offer. Stay at home and be a good mom.
That is true. Every woman answered it the same way. Oh, I'm fun. I'm loyal. I'm loving. Okay, great. Then if all the women say the same thing while you are going for a man that is probably 1 in a million, right? You think you're anything special? You're not. This is what a lot of these women got to realize. You're nothing special. You are nothing special. I find this is why I am flabbergasted where women want high value men, particularly average women. Okay. You are nothing special. You are 1 in a million. You are 1 in a sea of millions. That's what I mean, right? You're 1 in a sea of millions. There's plenty of you. And there's only like probably one of him. Right? Like a handful, 80 of them, right? 200 of them, whatever. While there's millions of you. That's something that a lot of these women got to realize that, you know what? This is why I say, oh yeah, shooting for the stars. That's nice, but it's not realistic. Be realistic.
That's what we offer. Seems like it's not enough. So maybe you can answer this question for me, because I'm really confused.
Okay. Nobility, interconnected families, an idea of chastity. You bring chastity to the table, virginity, a sense of virtues. Do you bring a sense to the table that no matter what's going on, you're always going to uplift this person? You're never going to say a word behind their back to anybody at any time. Not only that, but even behind their back, you're only saying good, kind things about them, even if you're upset with them. See, those are really good qualities that would move you towards virtues that probably high-status men would want. What's so interesting to me, though, is that you don't default to any of those virtues. You just kind of do this blank slate theory. Whatever you like. You ever see that movie Coming to America? That was you, right? Whatever you like. Well, what is it about a billionaire? What do you bring to the table? Whatever he wants, whatever he likes.
That's not really how I answered it, though. That's not what I said, though.
But it's essentially that, right? Because you said you don't know. So you said you'll bring everything. And what is that? What is that? And you said you don't know what he likes. So essentially, it's just a vague answer. And this is what a lot of women do, right? They give a vague answer because honestly, they have no answer.
I said it really depends. If he brings good stuff to the table, then I will bring my good side.
He brings a billionaire pocket. What do you bring that's equivalent to that?
And if he's bringing bad stuff to the table, then I'm bringing nothing. That's really what I said.
Well, that's what the question's about, though, right? It's like, what's that good stuff?
I feel like
TBD. So I saw your short of the lesbian wedding. Aren't kids raised by single mother households more likely to commit crime? So what would a 2-woman household do? This is a thing, right? Glad you saw that one. Right? I thought that was a good video, right? I thought that was a good video, and I agree. Single mother household don't really, in general, I'm not saying always, right? Usually, dysfunctional men or women come from single mother household. Now, a household with 2 women raising you, yeah, God forbid, you are heading down the wrong path already.
I just mentioned them, but it just goes back to really loyalty. But it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and preach how loyal I am, because you're not gonna believe me. None of the guys who are watching are gonna believe me, but I know myself.
I have no reason to disbelieve you about anything.
Well, you've been so far.
So far what? How have I disbelieved anything you've said so far?
I don't know. I just feel like you're...
You don't know. You just feel like you just feel like it.
Changing my words somehow.
How?
Like, I'm saying something and you asking me the same question, or you're saying that I didn't mention the good qualifications that I thought that.
Yes, a billionaire would want your stupid self. You're so intelligent. This is the thing. It's just, let's be honest. A billionaire would only deal with you because of your looks. That is it. That is it. Your IQ is 0 or 1. ain't that great. Okay, it's just your looks. Let's be honest.
any woman could
No,
bring
no,
to the
no.
table.
No, that's the opposite of what I said. So what I said was, it's interesting to me when you ask women this question. See, I have a theory. This theory is that it's not that women don't bring anything to the table. It's just that women think they're the table. So when you say, what are you bringing to the table? They're like, me. Because they're the table. They think they're the table. So they never actually say that they're going to bring anything to the table because they think that you're supposed to set things on top of them, right? Hey, I'm the table. You bring everything to me and set it on top of me, and then it all becomes mine.
Exactly. This is why women answer like that, right? I'm the table. For one, they don't know what men want. They don't know what men like. Two, they think that that's it, right? What you get. I've done so many Kendra G videos, right? These women are older, traumatized, many kids by many men, and they say that they are the whole package. They are the table, essentially. Yeah, the ridiculous of it. Are you far right? I don't know. I don't know if I would. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Men bring a lot. I believe men bring a lot.
And that's why
Because let's say this, right? The other things that women bring besides coochie, right? Like let's say, cooking and cleaning. They complain about that, right? How many women? And I'm going to show you with other videos, right? With TikTok videos today, is that women, even that they complain about. So really, men don't even care about it. Men don't even want to listen to it because honestly, you cook and clean, but then you complain about it all day. I'd rather you not cook and clean then. Right? I'd rather you not.
I think universally, we don't get a lot of great answers from women when we ask them what they bring to the table because it seems like what they always say is nothing. They don't say anything. I've never actually asked a woman this question and heard the answer that I would love to hear just once.
What is the answer that you would love to hear?
I bring virtue to the table. That's what I would want to hear.
That's what you want to hear? You want to hear a woman tell you that she brings virtue to the table?
Just one time.
And would you believe it if she says? If she says so, would you believe it?
You know what? I would. You want to know why? You want to know why I would believe it? Because I've asked hundreds of women this question, and I've never heard a single one ever say, I would bring a high amount of virtues to the relationship. So any woman who actually did say that, I would actually be prone to believe her.
Well, maybe if you met me 2 years ago, I would have said something like this. But right now, I've lost my faith in man, and maybe a new man will restore my faith in that.
That is not men's responsibility. This is the problem with so many women, and we will definitely be talking about this tonight. This is why I wanted to show this video, right? This is why I wanted to show this video, because this is the insanity of women, okay? Because you chose wrong, right? Because you chose the bad boys, the players, the Chads, the Tyrones, the Pookies, because you chose the bad boy, you chose the bad men, you chose the players, the liars, the cheaters, the abusers, because you chose him. And he traumatized you. Now the next man has to pay for it. Now the next man has to prove you wrong, right? The next man have to, save men's reputation. Why? It's like this is the insanity of so many women. You must put so much weight on men's shoulders. It is insane. Okay? It is insane. This is the insanity of women's expectations. You put so much expectations onto men's shoulders. This is why no man succeeds, right? Women say the bar is in hell. No, the bar is never in hell for women, right? The bar is never in hell. Any woman that says the bar is in hell, questioned her, right? Because if you actually question her, like ask her what her actual standards is, I can get, like, let's say this. I just want a faithful man. I can find a faithful man for her, lickily split, right? But is she attracted to that man? She's like, no, you know what? I'm not attracted to that man. Oh, so now that so-called bar that was in hell, and I found the man that fits your so-called bar, and now you don't want him? Ain't that something? Ain't that effing something? Women like this are the reason male single rates, and yeah, I agree. Women like this, right? Because again, here's a woman, okay? Like I said, she chose the men that she chose, right? The men that she's dated in the past, the men that traumatized her. And now any new man, if he's a good man or not coming into her life, she has higher expectations that she has on that man than she did on the men of her past, the man she gave her body to. You didn't even get her body yet, and her expectation on you is a lot higher. Why? Because she chose the men that traumatized her. So now she's putting so much weight on your shoulders needlessly. I mean, like, seriously. You don't know her, she don't know you, but she has a hell lot of expectations on you.
But yeah, I just got tired of answering that question because I feel like I would say loyalty. And most of the times I don't like to say when I'm dating someone, my actions are pretty loud. So like you get off work, you come home, I immediately have something ready and I set it up in a very like decorative.
Oh, great. Where are they now? I find women's, oh, I'm so amazing, right? Women's essentially, I'm an amazing woman, right? I'm an amazing woman. Okay. Where are they now? Since you're such an amazing woman, okay, where are these men now? Why aren't you with these men? I've said this many times. Another big red flag of a lot of women is the men they chose. You've been so many women said, oh, you know what? I've been a ride or die chick before. I ain't doing it again. Yeah, you've been a ride or die chick to the abuser, to the liar, to the cheater. Great. Great for you. Means what? You weren't a ride or die chick. You weren't an amazing woman to a good man. And now that you are an amazing woman to a bad man, now the good man come up. Now you're like, fuck that shit, right? Like, nah, I ain't gonna be a good woman to a good man because I already been a good woman to a bad man. That makes logical sense, right? So now that you get a good man, you're gonna treat him like shit. While the bad men got your body and got you at your best, got you treating men at your best, but good men get the worst of you. Makes sense.
Cute way because I want my man to like get in the shower is ready, food is ready, and movie is ready. Like that's a simple you just getting off work, right? Like clothes will be always folded and clean. Like I'm a little OCD person, so I really care about everything being in its place. Like I provide all of that, but to me it seems like that's bare minimum to a billionaire or just a man who's a good man.
Doesn't it, though?
Not just a billionaire.
Doesn't it seem like every woman on planet Earth could do those things?
Exactly.
With ease?
Exactly.
But there is a thing that most women on planet Earth can't bring to the table. See, all of them can, wash some socks and clean some shirts and do some dishes, right?
Right.
That's not outside the realm of possibility for most women, I'd say. But it does seem that one thing that most women have trouble bringing to the table is virtues. And I never ever hear them talk about that, ever. Never hear them talk about how they're going to bring lots of virtues and peace to their household. And they're going to bring like a high sense of nobility to it. Rather, I just kind of hear them say, well, I'll make his lunch and clean his socks as long as he's out there working. And it's like, well, I don't know. That sounds like kind of run of the mill, almost common, right?
Yeah, it's right.
Because here's the thing. A lot of these women are been traumatized. A lot of these women have high body counts. A lot of these women have been through the ringer already, right? A lot of these women are, in my honest opinion, they've been dirtified, right? They've been dirtied. Because of their choices, right? They've been dirtied. Right? And it sounds terrible, but essentially it's like just trauma, right? When I say it's dirty, is they've been traumatized, right? They've been with multiple men that cheated on them. They've been with multiple men that abused them. They've been with multiple men that lied to them. Okay, and they've been with multiple men. So women don't realize that, right? I mean, I guess this is a thing that a lot of modern likes to use, right? It's just like a tape, right? You use the tape a lot, the same tape over and over again, it loses its stickiness. Okay, a lot of women don't realize that they're not selective enough, right? And in the way that it's quite funny too, right? As so selective as women are, they're actually not selective enough or even rightfully selective, okay? Because, oh my God, they're so selective. Oh, this woman has only been with 10 men. Yeah, but guess what? Those 10 men she's been with have cheated on her, abused her, lied to her. So really, this so-called selective woman has only chosen the pookies, the players, the bad boys. Great. Your selectiveness helped you, right? Selectiveness, right? Selectiveness is meant to help women picking a good man, right? Being selective for women is meant to help you pick a good man. Being selective shouldn't be helping you or contributing you to picking constantly shitty men. You might as well not be selective at all.
And what you say is pretty valid, but I feel like a lot of women, and not just women, us in general, have lost the sense of peace. Maybe we don't really know what peace is like anymore. So it's not like my first instant thought, you know. Of course I want something peaceful, but I just feel like because I haven't received something that peaceful.
Are you sure? Peaceful is pretty boring, isn't it?
No.
Like, isn't peaceful boring? Like a guy who just wants to come home and kick his feet up and drink a beer and watch the foosball game with them gargantuans throwing around that pigskin. That's kind of boring, right?
I was thinking...
You want that zest, that sauce, that spice of life, right? Where he comes in and he gets that passion stirring by yelling and you're all screaming and you're all fighting. Something more into that?
No, and also peaceful in a matter...
How come the first thing you didn't say is peace? The first thing you say was, I bring peace to the home.
I don't know, because that's...
Maybe you've never brought peace to the home.
I think peace is a two-way street.
Yeah,
honestly.
like I haven't received peace, so I don't know, like I said...
Guess what? Guess why you haven't never received peace? Exactly what Andrew said. You picked the bad boy. That's why. You pick men that spices things up. You pick men. This is why, right? I love how Andrew, sets shit up, because he literally tells you, right? He said that, oh, no. Do you want a peaceful man? Do you want a boring man? The boring man, the peaceful man, right? No. You don't want that man. You want a man that spices things up, right? That brings fire to your relationship, right? Women want the chaos. They want that drama. It's like, oh, because why you want those types of men? Because you never said you want a peace. Like, oh, you know what? Oh, I never said peace because you know what? I never gotten peace before. Peace is a two-way street. So that means exactly what I said, right? Exactly what he said. You wanted the fire. You didn't choose the man that will bring you peace. You chose the man that will bring you chaos. This is a thing with women where they seem to not be able to grasp. You want a loyal man? He's out there. You want a peaceful man? He's out there. Right? Whatever man you want, there's a man that's like that out there. The problem is you don't actually want him. Right? Women say that, you know what, I want a monogamous man. I want a man that doesn't cheat, but they pick the player. I want a man that, you know what, is that wouldn't do crazy stuff, right? But they don't pick a stable man, right? They don't pick a stable man because stable is boring.
Whatever the man brings, I would bring to the table. So if you're going to bring peace, I will multiply it. But I don't know how I'm going to give you peace if I feel at trouble every day. And because I've given peace in past relationships before, and I couldn't feel peace in within, and I couldn't even bring out the right peace. Like, it didn't seem like peace. It was toxic, even though I wanted it to be peace, but I didn't feel peaceful inside. So of course I want to provide peace, but are you going to make me feel peaceful?
It doesn't sound like there's been much peace in any of these relationships then.
Well, that's where it's
sound
like
you've
it's a
had much
two-way
peace
street.
in relationships.
Yeah, but peace, loyalty, everything else is a two-way street. So I could be loyal and peaceful and respectful and submissive, but what are you gonna do for me? So just because you have money, no, that's not what we're talking about.
But you see my point here? So if the case is that the people you're dating aren't bringing you peace, and so you don't reciprocate peace back, it seems like you're attracted to men who aren't very peaceful. Are they a bunch of dirty savages? Are they running around out there causing all kinds of trouble? Are they all tatted up? Are they the bad boys? Is that what you're going for?
No,
well, how come
not
they're
at
not
all.
bringing you peace?
Not at all. Just normal.
Oh, they're not the bad boys, but they don't bring you peace, right? They bring chaos. Yeah, normal men do that.
Normal man who claim they want peace, but they probably haven't found peace in within. So they're in search for their peace, and I'm searching for my peace, and we just can't seem to search for our peace together.
You need Buddhists. You need to be Buddhists together.
I would love someone who I can heal with, because I feel like I'm very...
Exactly. 304 logic. Exactly, big bars.
What?
The way they talk, the way they put and sound their words is outward showcase of their intellect. Not even a joke, by the way. I agree. I mean, this is a thing. I'm sorry. Um, it's a very low IQ.
What are you gonna heal
Like
with them?
like heal, like like ourselves, like be
what's your
better.
favorite color crystal?
Me?
Your favorite color crystal?
Negativity and bad vibes, I think. But I'm not very into crystals. But black is my favorite color when it comes to stuff.
Okay, I was just curious. All right. So then there was another one, another gal here who said 300,000. Can you raise your hand for me? I'm sorry. Forgive me that I didn't catch your names. I wasn't here. I'm usually here at the beginning of the show.
I'm Ayla.
So if I catch up, yeah, okay. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Andrew.
You too, thank you.
So if it's the case that I'm asking you your name, please don't hold that against me. I wasn't here at the beginning. I usually write them down on my notepad as we're going around. But 300,000. Who wanted the 300,000 there? Okay. So why did you select 300K on that?
I don't know. Honestly, I kind of just put a number down. I don't know. For me, it's like, okay, for me, it's just obviously like, I guess more so for me, yeah, I wrote down like 300K, but it's also mostly, I just want somebody that's stable enough to be able to take care of themselves already and they don't have to rely.
I swear to God, women are so out of touch with reality. A man that makes, depending on the man, right? Depending on the man, a man that makes 50 to 60K can take care of himself. Right? A man that makes about 50 to 60K can take care of himself. You don't need to be making 300K to be able to take care of yourself. That's luxury money, right? That's a man that, needs to spend more than he should be spending. So women are unrealistic. Women, like, when women talk, it seems like they live in an alternate universe of their own design.
Like on me, or because I've had that in the past where like I've been in a relationship where I was paying for everything and everything like that for him. So I guess for me it's mostly just if they're able to take care of themselves financially, then I would say, I don't know, but yeah.
And do you live in California then?
No, I'm from South Dakota. I just moved to Florida though like a month ago.
South Dakota and Florida ain't $300,000 a year living middle class, that's for sure. Maybe like maybe Santa Barbara, 300,000 doesn't go very far, but South Dakota, it goes pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a pretty high number for what I mean. What do they do in South Dakota? Is it mostly roughnecks? Is that what you got out there? What do you have in South Dakota?
Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, Mount Rushmore's there.
Mount Rushmore?
Crazy Horse Monument.
Are you going to find your future husband working at Mount Rushmore?
You never know.
I don't think that's a 300K a year job.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But no, I would say, like, yeah, I wrote down 300K, but realistically for me, I feel like it's more so if they're able to be financially stable by themselves.
I see. Okay, so you were just kind of writing a really big
I just wrote
there.
down a number because
She's
Of
in the
course
bathroom.
she is.
Yeah.
She knew her turn was multiple millions, and then we had billions.
$500,000, yeah.
Who had 500K? You had 500. Okay, let's hear it. What's the reasoning for 500K?
I mean, it was kind of like, to throw it back on what Courtney said, it was kind of like, I just kind of want someone that's like stable. And like I said,
Like 500, making 500K a year is beyond stable. This is I'm sorry, right? This is the problem. Even with women with degrees, it just makes them sound even more stupid, right? You don't need 500K to be stable. 500K is luxury, right? That's luxury territory. That's not stable. That's luxury, right? Again, the median income for most men is about 60K. That would be stable, right? It's like he's not begging on the streets. He has a roof over his head. He's paying bills. He's surviving. That's stable. 500K is not stable territory. It's luxury territory. And so just be honest. You want 500K. It's not because he's stable, because you can find a stable man that makes 70K a year. It depends. Like a man that makes 70K a year and he's not like spending it every week, right? He's saving it, budgeting, investing. He'd be stable, right? But he won't be in the luxury territory. He's not, jet setting you. He's not flying. He's not taking trips with you every other month, right? He's not buying you like LV or Gucci and shit like that because he can't, right? He's not taking you to 5-star restaurants every week. Yeah, it's stable. It's not luxury. So these women got to just stop lying. You want luxury, not stability.
This economy is like, it's kind of crazy. And I am from the Bay Area, so California. And yeah, I just kind of want someone that's able to provide in a sense, but it doesn't mean like, okay, if you make 100K, I'm not going to be with you. That's not like the criteria. I'm just saying that's like a desire of what I want to feel comfortable.
Do you like playing games?
Yes.
All right, let's play a game. So here's the game.
Okay.
So we're going to play a game of pretend.
Okay.
In this pretend world, you have a son who's about 24 years old, and he's a very successful brain surgeon, one of the best in the whole world. He would have to be because he makes $500,000 a year. Okay, and you're sitting down and you're advising him. He has a huge dating pool available to him, and you happen to be one of the women that is a potential suitor for him. Would you advise him to date you?
At this moment in my life, no. But when I'm ready to settle down and everything, definitely, like I said, I'll stop.
Hang on. Why would you tell him not to date you?
I'm just, at this point in my life, that's why I am single. I do not think that I'm like ready to be in a relationship. When I find the one, definitely I am. I mean, if I am with somebody, I'm a good person in a relationship.
Inside of this scenario, inside of the game, you're ready for a relationship. And that's why you're a potential suitor. So would you then advise him to go ahead and date you, that you were a good choice for him?
If all the boxes are checked, like I'm loyal, I could be a good wife, I could be a good mother to his kids.
Now remember, this guy your son has tens of thousands of potential suitors because he makes $500,000 a year, and he's got to be one of the best in the world at what he does if he's making that kind of money, right? Mm-hmm. So what is the thing about you that would stand out that would make you tell your daughter or your son, yeah, that's the one?
Well, like I said, I would give stability. I think of everything in the future. So if he's like looking for that in the future.
You think of everything in the future. This is why women are, I'm sorry, not all women, I'm going to preference, man, fuck it, right? Why even preface that? This is why women are stupid. They don't think about the future. If you actually think about the future, okay? Here's this woman saying, right now, I'm not ready for a relationship. So when will you be? When you are less dating attractive? Great. That's thinking about the future, right? That's thinking about the future. You want to find a man when you're past your prime, right? Past your prime of attractiveness in the dating market. That's when you want to think about a man. That's when you want to settle down. Makes sense. Your future thinking is great. It's great for you. Really. All right? This is why women don't think about the future, right? Women don't actually think about the future. If they did, they would see that, you know what? If I'm dating, right? Because here's the thing. She's not being a virgin. She's not being celibate until she's ready to date. No, she's dating around. She's playing the field, even if she doesn't want to get serious, right? Which is also shows you that she doesn't think about the future, right? Dating around doesn't help you find your future. Just casually dating around. It's not necessarily going to help you or contribute to you finding, the person you want whenever you are ready to settle down, right? Because like the other woman said, right? All these things that women are doing, it only adds to their trauma. Right? It only adds to their trauma. The more men you date, the more likely, the more trauma you'll get. Right? The more breakups, the more lies, the more cheating, the more whatever, the higher body count. Right? It only adds to your I don't know, the trauma that you have. Okay? So right there, you don't think about the future. You're not thinking about the future. Because if women actually think about the future, they will move differently in the present, right? Women don't think about the future. They push off the future until they want to start thinking about it. But right now, they don't. So already that is a lie. Loyalty, I'm kind of doubting it, but
You know, like I would say, somebody that's going to be there for you, that's going to be there for your kids, that's going to give loyalty, comfort, security, all of that. So like I said, if all of those boxes are checked, then yes. And I think at that point, like if I'm, you know, if we're doing the pretend game and I'm there and I'm ready, then 100%, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. No, I just want to like point out here though for you that even in this game that we're playing, you can see that there would be like 10,000 other women who would also bring the same exact qualities that you're bringing, who could potentially be much prettier than you are, though some, I'm sure, less pretty, right? So is there anything in particular that would stand out that would make you tell your son, like, that's the girl?
I just think it really depends, like, per person. So if you can vibe with someone, like, I think, like, despite everything else, like what I like to tell people, I'm goofy, I'm funny. I think it's all about how you vibe with someone. If you can laugh, if you can, like, genuinely have a good, fun relationship, which is, like, the number one thing, despite the money, despite the prettiness and all that stuff. So if you're able to have that sense.
Yeah, big bars. That's a bar right there. Waste time now. Don't get picked later. Exactly.
Of like being a really good person, and just like I said, like the vibe.
You're a good person, and there's thousands of other good people. Is there a particular quality you can point to that you would tell your son, wow, that really stands out in that girl, and that's what you should be going for?
I would say loyalty and security.
How would you
Literally, every woman would say that.
bring a person who made $500,000 a year security?
See, this is what a lot of women don't don't understand, right? What Andrew is trying to get at. You are essentially asking one man out of such a rare ass man. This man is 1 in a billion, right? Hypothetically, right? This man is so rare, right? So rare, 1 in a million type of man, okay? While you are not. You are one woman in a sea of million other women exactly like you. This is what women, I'm sorry, this is why women can't critically think. Because if they could, they understand what he's trying to do, right? Women will understand what he's trying to do. What he's trying to do is show you. You are asking for a rare man, while you are not a rare woman. Now, no one's saying that you won't get, let's say, said rare man. Yeah, probably. Okay? But probably not. Probably not. Because, again, there's nothing special about you. Nothing special about you. If you're pretty, you're in a sea of other pretty women. This is the thing where a lot of, let's say, particularly a lot of millionaires and billionaires, they usually go for women within their circle already. It's usually they're introduced to someone, or, you know, they go to school with someone. They're usually introduced to someone already, okay? While you're a sea of million women that wants a man that's rare. That's the insanity of a lot of women. Yes, it's like 0.1%, right? 0.1%. You're asking for, this is the problem with so many women, they can't critically think. When you are an average woman and you don't go for average men, yet you go for above average men, you have to realize that, again, why don't these men want you, or why don't these men commit to you? Because you are no different than the sea of other women that also wants him. So why would he settle down for you and only you? Now, unless you say that, okay, you know what? I'm fine with being one of many women on his roster. Then okay, he probably chooses you, right? But the question that a lot of women can't honestly answer is, why would he choose you and only you? Because when women say why, they usually give an answer that most women would say the same thing. And a lot of these women can't critically think and think, you know what? Maybe I am wrong, right? Because there's no reason why a rare ass man would want me out of all other women, right? At least nothing easily attainable. Now, if he falls in love with you at first sight, yeah, I mean, something like maybe individualistic or something, exceptional. Yeah, but let's be honest. Women's looks are no different. Majority of men find majority of women good looking. That's already like to your downfall.
like knowing you're gonna be there, and like I said, if you're thinking about in the future terms, just making sure that you guys are, like I said, it's all about the future. And if you guys are able to like have that connection and that vibe, then you know it is kind of hard in a pretend situation, because you don't know, maybe he likes me, maybe he could vibe with somebody else, so that sense is kind of hard. In terms of quality, like everyone looks for something else. Someone who makes like 500,000 can look for something, than someone who makes something smaller, they can look for the same thing. So I think in terms of like characters, it's kind of hard to like base it off of like one specific thing that you bring that somebody else doesn't. That somebody.
Hey, remember earlier I gave this great answer on, because they're always saying, well, what is the thing? What is the thing that Andrew that women should bring to the table? Smart guy. And I was like, well, how about virtues? Like I gave the answer, right? Yeah. And then asked you, if you potentially you were advising your son dating a woman like you, what would you bring? The answer still wasn't actually virtues. I just want to point that out. It still wasn't actually virtues. Just you know, kind of the run-of-the-mill answers you would find, like loyalty and security.
Are you,
you know,
saying there's only
kind of vague things, right?
But are you saying there's only one right answer? Is what you're trying to?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I just think that it's interesting that that's an answer I almost never hear. Is like, I'm going to bring virtue, chastity, sense of nobility, and you know, an ideal of a virtuous woman. You know, like I just never hear that, and it's always shocking to me. That just that don't.
And like literally, he gave her an opening, right? I mean, this one said, "Oh, what if women do say that?" Women don't, right? Women, because to be honest, let's be honest, women aren't virtuous. Women aren't virtuous today, right? Women aren't virtuous, and let's quantify it, right? Virtue is habitual, a firm disposition to do good, representing moral excellence, character strength, desirable qualities like honesty, courage, compassion. Yeah, women, they don't really say that. I mean, like, you know, excellent moral excellence. I don't know.
Think in those terms at all.
Well, I agree that that's important, but don't you think other characteristics such as like loyalty?
No, nothing's more important. Well, loyalty would be a virtue.
Yeah. Right. I also think maybe there's like, I hate to bring it up, maybe like a generational difference and like maybe the way we speak, and there might be some disconnect there.
Is there a word for Generation Z for virtue that I'm unaware of?
Just definitely not using the word virtue.
Yeah, I would say I honestly haven't used that word.
That was not a common word
like,
for Gen X, or a common word for boomers, or a common word for me, millennials, right? It wasn't a common word for us either. Thing is like, if I had to say the thing that I hear from most men and they don't even know how to verbalize it, right? When they're saying, here's what I want in a woman, they don't even know how to say, I want a virtuous woman. But when I reduce what it is they're actually after, that is what they're after. They're after a virtuous woman.
And I mean, to be honest, yeah, I don't disagree, right? I don't disagree. Laughing man, what is up? What is up? What is up? So, but what do you guys think? All right, guys, let's get started. Let's do some TikTok videos. Let's do some TikTok videos. Kills me how you can be disloyal for years and then be loyal out of the blue. I definitely agree. And I got a 4, I think, grade on a Pokemon card I got from my niece. Yeah, I told you that's good, right? No, a 4 is not good, right? You might as well not have graded that card. If you got a 4, unless that's a rare card, right? Unless it's a really rare card, getting a 4 is useless. You might as well not have wasted that money. You might as well use that money that you used to grade and buy her another card, right? This is why I said you were better off like searching for the card that's already graded. Right? A 4 is a terrible score. I think if it's under an 8, right? Let's say this, right? If it's a new card, right? Not an old card. If it's a new card, if it's under a 9, you wasted your money. You wasted your money. If it's under a 9, you wasted your money. For a new card, right? A new card, I think in the, last couple years. If it's a new card within the last couple years, you wasted your money. Now, if it's like, let's say a 10-year-old card, For a 4, I would probably say it's got to be at least a 20-year-old card, right? Got to be at least a 20-year-old card. So, well, yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure your niece don't care, right? It's nice to see it graded, but you said it's. I told you that's good, right? I mean, like, yeah, that's not good, but yeah, a child don't care. Child don't care about the value. I'm talking about the grade is 4. There's no value in it. Now, the value, you know, besides money, monetarily value, it's probably like sentimental. It's probably like, you know, your niece liking that, you know, it's graded and stuff. So yeah, that's the value right there. All right, let's get started. All right, let's get started. All right, let's check this one out.
Can I please have a man slowly explain to me why you all suck so fucking much? I can honestly sit here and say, as a 34-year-old woman, I have not met one goddamn good man. So please, someone explain to me why the fuck that is. It can't be a fucking coincidence. I've never had a good male fucking figure in my life, and I've never had a man treat me right romantically. I've never even had a good male friend. So someone sit here and fucking tell me what the fuck is wrong with y'all.
Laughing man, how you gonna get these types of videos, right? How you gonna get these insane videos on YouTube, right? You can't, right? TikTok is amazing for this, right? Where you can get women's insanity firsthand, right? The septum ring theory, right? When you can get women's insanity firsthand, you can't get this anywhere else, right? So TikTok is a great source of content. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. It's your fault. Women constantly said, you know, oh, why are, you know, why men, you know, why I've never found a good man. Well, that's because of you, right? That's because of you. 1, you either attract terrible men, or 2, you're not attracted to, you don't notice the men you're not attracted to, right? You don't go for the men that you're not attracted to. It is your fault. And to say,
Can I please have a man slowly explain to me why you all suck so fucking much? I can honestly sit here and say, as a 34-year-old woman, I have not met one goddamn good man.
you have never met because you because you didn't let a good man in, right? You weren't attracted to a good man. So of course you never met him. He's invisible to you. Majority of men will be invisible to women. Women won't notice these men. Women won't be interested in these men because they don't want these men. Yeah, it's you. 100% you.
So please, someone explain to me why the fuck that is. It can't be a fucking coincidence. I've never had a good male fucking figure in my life.
Yeah, it can't be a coincidence that the common denominator is you. The common denominator is you.
And I've never had a man treat me right romantically. I've never even had a good male friend. So someone sit here and fucking tell me what the fuck is wrong with y'all.
It is you. What is wrong with everyone is you. This is the problem, right? Women pick terrible men and they blame all men. Let's hypothetically, right? Let's do a hypothetical thing, right? And I'm gonna highball it. The friends she could have had, or the friends she's had, the men she's dated, the possible men role models in her life. Let's hypothetical it. I estimate 100 men, right? 100 men she either dated, tried to be friends with, or could have been possible role model to her. 100 men. 100. Let's even highball it. 500 men. 500 men. Right? That's a high ball. I doubt most women even, interact with 500 men in their lifetime. I doubt it. But 500 men. Red Door, what is up, my sister? What is up? But when we have a population of over 160 million men, what does it mean that she's met only, let's say, 500, or let's say even 1,000, right? That's not even 1% of that. That's not even 1%. Right? Not even. Probably 0.1, 0.00001, right? So it's not even 1%. So this is the problem with women. They don't understand. You are the common denominator. You are the problem. You are the problem. You either attract or you are attracted to shitty men. That's it. Because here's the thing. There are plenty of good men out there. Just like there's plenty of bad women. So don't think that, oh my God, what's up with these men that are bad? What are you talking about? Being a man doesn't automatically make you good. Just like being a woman doesn't make you automatically a good woman. Right? Doesn't make you automatically a good woman. And we will have plenty of videos like that. Let's check this one out.
A U.S. Army vet has been sentenced to 40 years in prison after unaliving.
Maury, what is up? Liked and subbed. Hello from South Wales. Oh, TBD is also from the UK, right? Maury, thank you for being here. TBD, another, commenter. This lady sounds like a spoil it. Yeah, never been told no defines. Yes, exactly. I agree. And that's the thing where I want to show women, I want to show people that being a man doesn't make you automatically bad. Being a woman doesn't make you automatically a good woman.
A man in a courthouse parking lot. Stephen, a U.S. Army vet, has been sentenced to 40 years in prison after unaliving a man in a courthouse parking lot. Stephen White had been attending a custody hearing when he found out that the child he had been raising for 8 years was not his. Stephen's wife had an affair in the early stages of their marriage, which he forgave. And when she became pregnant, he had no doubt that this was his child. But years later, Stephen found out that his wife was still engaging in the same affair with the same man, which led to their divorce. During the custody hearing, Stephen argued that they should have 50-50 custody, but it was then when the biological father stepped forward with the DNA test proving that he was the child's actual father. It was said that Stephen had an outburst in the courtroom and had to be led out by police. Moments later, screaming and then a single gunshot was heard from the parking lot. Stephen had run over the biological father with his car and then shot him execution style. Stephen was arrested on the spot, but he avoided life in prison due to the crime of passion law.
Here's a woman that ruined 2 men's lives. Contribute to the ending of one man's life, right, forever, and essentially the end of another man's life. Yeah. This is why, right? The first video shows you, this is why I do the things I do, okay? Because we have a narrative, right? Women love to push a narrative around. Why are men so terrible, right? Why are men so terrible? Men are so terrible out there. Men are cheaters, liars, abusers, whatever, right? Men are so terrible. Why are men so terrible? All men are terrible. Really? Really? I feel bad that this man went off the walls and ended another man's life. But here's the thing. Women don't realize that you literally destroyed this man. He thought this was his child, right? He thought this was his child. He forgave you after cheating on him the first time, which men should never do. I'm sorry. You should never forgive a woman for cheating on you. I think men are women, right? But more because more men, because to be honest, let's be honest. A woman cheated on you, she never loved you to begin with, right? She doesn't give a shit about you, right? She doesn't. But again, you shouldn't have forgiven her about cheating in the first place. Now, you said you did. Like, seriously, he forgave her and continued to raise this child with you, thinking that it was his own. And yet, you still betrayed him, right? You destroyed this man mentally. You destroyed him mentally. Steve, what is up? What is up? Oh my God, that's absolutely terrible. Yes, it is absolutely disgusting. It really is. I find it absolutely sad, right? Again, this is the thing where this is why it's a lot of men's fear, right? Finding out that that's not your child, it's a lot of men's fear. It's like it will break men. It will break men knowing that this isn't my child, right? It will break them. So, but here's another story, right? This is a longer story, so let's check this one out.
Imagine meeting a girl at 17. A few weeks later, she moves in with you. You grow up together. You build a life together. Years pass, and you decide she's the one. You propose. She says yes. Then everything changes. She gets diagnosed with cancer. You're a professional Valorant player at the peak of your career. Millions of fans, big tournaments, big money, and you walk away from all of it. You choose hospital rooms over arenas, chemotherapy sessions over championships. You donate your own blood because you're compatible. You cover every bill, every treatment, every expense. You stay through the pain, the fear, the recovery. You even help her build her own streaming career while yours fades into the background. Her audience grows, her life stabilizes, and after everything, after all the sacrifice she tells you she needs to find herself. Sometimes the hardest battles aren't the ones you play on a screen. Imagine meeting a
This was a story a little while back, right? It's the story of Tens and Payday. I don't really know the people like that. Right? I don't really know who they are, but I mean, it's just these two big stories.
Imagine you start dating a girl when you're 17, and just a few weeks later, she moves in with you, and you begin living together. After a few years, you decide to propose. She says yes, but then tragedy strikes. Your future wife is diagnosed with cancer. You're a professional Valorant player, one of the most beloved in the entire world, but you decide to walk away You take care of every expense, medical bill, therapy, treatments, hospitalizations, recovery. You help your girlfriend build a professional career on streaming and video platforms. Her audience grows. You have to push your own channel to the background. And in the end, after doing all this sacrifice, she decides to leave you because she needs to discover herself.
Some people might expect that in this video I'm going to condemn this woman and say something like, this proves how bad women are, they just use men, and so on. But no, not really. I would even go as far as to say that just because Tenth was there for his girlfriend doesn't automatically mean she's obligated to stay with him forever. Now, with that said, what is the point of this video? The point is to remind guys that you need to take dating skills seriously. It is one of the most important areas of your life. I think it was Warren Buffett who said that choosing a right spouse is the most important decision you will ever make. And
I agree, right? This is a thing where at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, he chose it. He chose her. I've told you guys, like, if you guys watch my other streams, right? If you watch my other videos, I've told you about my, my past, my heartbreak, like particularly with my last relationship. And I said, you know what? At the end of the day, I don't blame her, right? I don't put the blame on her because what does it do for me, right? At the end of the day, it was my fault. I chose her, right? At the end of the day, it's my fault. I chose the bitch, right? I chose her. I can only blame myself. I can only blame myself for not realizing before, not seeing the red flags when I should have seen the red flags, and putting myself in so much into the relationship while getting very little out of it.
Imagine.
But that doesn't mean that, you know what? It doesn't mean that this woman there's no blame to her, right? You could hold yourself accountable, right? Hold yourself accountable. But I think another key is that understand women, right? Understand women. A lot of men don't realize that, you know what? You are not someone she wants, right? You're just someone she uses.
Normal for people to fall out of love. My friends have fallen out of love with their partners. It happens.
It's normal to fall out of love, right? He was there with you when you were cancer. He was there with you when you were at your worst, supposedly, right? But it's normal to fall out of love. This is a thing where, this is why, right? I have no sympathy for, let's say, single mothers that have been left. It is what it is, right? It's normal to fall out of love. I have no sympathy for, let's say, men that leave women, right? Leave women when they are cancer, or when they have a disease or a cancer, whatever. Right? It's normal to fall out of love. Why I do this is show you that women are no better than men, right? They're no better than men. They're not more holier than thou. Women are just as selfish as the most selfish men out there. So women are no better.
It's a normal thing, but you don't egg the situation on because you're comfortable. I know a lot of people get scared because they find comfort in the relationship that they're in because it's the norm and it's what they're used to and they've been in it for a long time. But if you're not feeling it, I have so many questions.
Privacy, but you know, yeah, I will say this though. Kaide, I don't think she should be getting as fried as she is.
So bro gave up his pro career, helped build her public following, took care of her through her cancer treatment, and she still decides to leave him to discover herself.
It's normal for people. Obviously, I'm a pretty big newbie when it comes to relationships, as Tyson is the only relationship that I have been in. But like, being with someone who I have continuously grown with, I love it personally. Some people get bored. I don't think I could ever get bored. Like, ever since I started dating him when I was 17 to now, this year I'm turning 23, it has been such an honor to like grow up with him, if that makes sense.
Match found.
Like, I love it. I love it so much, and seeing like the person that he has become. Like, obviously we're the same people, but we change. Like, we evolve. Like, we handle certain things differently. Oh, look at my handsome man.
That's why sometimes
Normal for people to.
Sometimes I have no problem, right, with men thinking about themselves, right? Let's say the passport bros, do it, right? Travel the world, right? Stop listening to these women because they're just bitter. They're stopping you from finding love, finding partnership outside the U.S. Hell with that. They're not holding themselves back for you. Women are not holding themselves back, right? They're not, sacrificing things to be with you. Women aren't doing that shit. So you don't have to. You don't need to. This is the problem with a lot of men. Right? We hold ourselves to a sense of duty. We hold ourselves to a sense of responsibility. A lot sometimes, right? Certain men, right? Certain men will hold themselves to a sense of whatever, right? Sense of responsibility, sense of honor, whatever. What's the point?
Fall out of love. My friends have fallen out of love with their partners. It happens. It's a normal thing, but you don't. Obviously, I'm a pretty big newbie when it comes to relationships. That he had stated, it seems like he cheated on his wife. With the wording, I don't want to assume anything, but that honestly, he just worded it very interestingly, and I could see why that his wife would set boundaries, but I don't really want to talk about it right now. Wording that he, obviously I'm a pretty big newbie when it comes to relationships, as Tyson, like, ever since I started dating him when I was 17 to now, this year I'm turning 23, it has been such an honor to like grow.
And this is something that, 17, 23, this is why a lot of young men need to wake up, right? It's usually because the whole lonely male epidemic thing, right? The lonely male shit, it's that demographic, right? 18 to 25, right? That's the demographic that is extremely single, right? Those are the men that are extremely single, extremely by themselves. Guess why? These men need to wake up. These men are still boys in the mind, right? They need to wake up. I wish I knew the things I knew now back then, right? And I would have focused on something else. I'm sorry, right? As maybe nice as this man is, right? He stick through her too thick and thin. He shouldn't have. I'm sorry. He should have focused on himself, building himself. Women like this only want you at your best, right? And even that, they will probably find someone else better, right? This man, right? I don't know him. I never heard him, but if he was on his way up streaming and shit like that, he would have been a big success, probably, but he stopped it to be with her, to focus on her, right? To put his all focus on her. It is never a good thing, in my honest opinion, right? Never to rarely ever a good thing for men to stop their purpose, to men to stop their direction in life, right? Men's direction in life is to achieve. It's to achieve, right? It's to do something, right? Something more, to create, to conquer, to whatever, like get, like, this is the thing, right? Sometimes what is it? Brady, right? Thomas Brady gets a lot of flack because he went back to the NFL to try to get another Super Bowl or something, right? And he lost his wife, shit like that. So what? I'm sorry. At the end of the day, that's what attracted her to him, right? Like, imagine if he was not a successful man, if he had nothing to his name. If he had nothing to his name, you think she would desire him? She probably wouldn't. She probably wouldn't. And that's the insanity that a lot of women don't realize. Men achieving things, ambition, is attractive to women. Right? It's attractive to women. And once you falter that, once you get rid of that, that's already one thing women are not attracted to you by, right? I believe that she fall out of love with him, like she said, because again, he became less ambitious. He put his full focus on her. Men need a direction, and their direction should be self-improvement, right? It's to better yourself, because women want their better. In her eyes, she probably thought she was better than him. So she wanted to find someone that's better.
Grow up with him. It's normal for people to fall out of love. My friends have fallen out of love with their partners.
Story really quickly. I don't remember it. You don't remember it? No. So basically we were watching some anime together, and we were both sitting on the couch, and then Tyson all of a sudden starts bawling his eyes out, and he's crying. And then he goes, Kaidi, this is my dream, to have a girlfriend so I could watch anime with her. You don't understand how happy I am right now. And I was trying so hard not to laugh, because I thought it was the funniest shit.
You know what, Reina? I'm actually having kind of a bad day.
Like on the game or like in real life?
Yeah, you know, real life. My mental has kind of gone bad.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Hey, we're going to turn it around today, though. We're going to win this game.
You know, not sure if you heard the news, but Tens and Kaide broke up.
I did hear that, bro.
I mean, I'm like so depressed right now. Like, I haven't gone to school yet.
You hear how this is the thing, I just find it funny. She laughed at him, right? Laughed at him for being emotional. This is a problem with being a blue pill man, right? This is the problem with being a blue pill man. You know how you could be a blue pill man and women accept it? If you are conventionally attractive to them, right? If they find you are actually attractive, then yeah, you could be a blue pill man. But if you're not, if you're average or below average, being blue pill will only make things worse, right? I guarantee you, because he was her better, right? He was a successful streamer. He probably had money and shit. She was attracted to him, right? She was attracted to him. But guess what? Once he stopped that, and now he focused on her, and then he does the things that, you know what, women aren't typically attractive by, right? The crying, the lovey-dovey, the full focus. It will be the end. It's the end. So I just thought this was a pretty sad thing. I thought this would. I had hoped this would be the full story, but this isn't. I mean, I guess this kind of is, but yeah, it is what it's kiddie things, right? But I just want to show you that it's usually the young men, right? The young men that are suffering, right? The young men, because they don't know better, right? The men that are 18 to, let's say, 30, right? They don't know better. A lot of these men, they don't know nothing. Just like a lot of us when we were young, we had the fairy tale mindset, right? But life will wake you up from it. Life will definitely wake you up. So it's sad.